Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Good afternoon and welcome to Swain County High School. It's a very special day here at Swain County High School. We appreciate our visitors from Andrews High School joining us here this afternoon for Senior Day, as of course it will be Senior Day at Andrews this coming Thursday. First of all, let's represent and recognize our #1 and only senior for the Lady Devils of Swain County's softball program, and that is Savannah Smith. Savannah lives in the Alarco community. Savannah is escorted by Kelly Smith, Philip Smith, Kirsten Smith, Elisa Smith, Dylan Smith, Taylor Smith, Trevor Smith, Morgan and Ryder Smith, Brittany and Tinley Downs, Chelsea Jenkins, Buck Jenkins, Jade Jenkins, Addie Jenkins, Linda Downs, Rick Downs, and Janet Smith. Savannah, some of her honors at Swain County High School includes class superlative, most likely to bleed maroon and white. In her athletic career at Swain High, Savannah played basketball 4 years, volleyball 4 years, softball 4 years, track 2 years, and was an All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in volleyball in 2021. Savannah's fondest athletic memory would be always goofing off and singing after games with Kendall Bowers and Kayla McMahon. Savannah would like to take this opportunity to thank my coaches for making me strive for my goals, my friends for always having my back, my family for always being there, and for my relationships that always keep me going. Savannah would also like to thank everyone else for watching our team grow into what we are wanting to be. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Savannah Smith.
Fans, welcome back to Swain County High School. We hope we made it through senior night and didn't make too many errors, if I can use that term, for baseball and softball. But we appreciate all our seniors, especially our senior here tonight in this softball contest, our only senior on the Lady Devil lineup, and that is Savannah Smith. Congratulations, and we honor her as we're getting underway here in Smoky Mountain Conference play. This is our last home game. This is with the Andrews Wildcats, and we appreciate their coaches, their fans, their players for bearing with us as we made our way through senior night here to honor one Savannah Smith, our only senior on the softball team. Of course, we honored the 5 baseball players as well, as they're playing right next door. And of course, the great Tommy Dills is on site to bring the baseball broadcast. That's going to be coming to you, I understand, probably on a delayed basis, as we have a bunt right in front of the plate. Play on over to first base. Going to be in time for out #1. Good cover over there by our second baseman. That's Kaylee Parker hustling on over as the ball was right on target. And again, good coverage over there by Kaylee Parker as our first baseman, Haley Woodard, had to charge the bunt. I couldn't tell if it was Haley or our pitcher here this afternoon, Hannah Schuler, who actually made the throw, but a good play on over to Kaylee Parker, covering well at first base, getting her job done for out #1. So Kaylin Ellis grounds out here to get out #1. So that's going to be one down, and coming up next is going to be Emily Mueller, the daughter of head coach Matthew Mueller, for the Andrews Wildcats. Glad to have you listening and or watching live on the Maroon Devils Network here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It is really, really nice. Swing and a miss for a strike. Again, we have now we have dust blowing around on the softball field, especially here this afternoon, as of course we're playing baseball and softball together next door. Baseball team hosting Andrews. A lot on the line. We'll tell you about in just a minute about with the baseball team. But basically, if the Swain High Maroon Devil baseball team beats Andrews 2 games this week, we will have nothing less than a tie for the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship. It depends on what happens between Murphy and Hayesville. If Murphy wins both their games against Hayesville, we'll wind up in a deadlock tie. Pitch inside for a ball from Hannah Schuler to Emily Mueller. But back to baseball, if we beat Andrews twice this week and Hayesville beats Murphy at least one time, the Maroon Devil baseball team will be the outright solo champions of Smoky Mountain Conference baseball. There's a shot to shortstop. Maddie on over to first in time, and that's going to be out number 2. Emily Mueller grounding out to shortstop. That's going to bring up Kinley Queen batting now for the Wildcats. On the season, and I don't say this in a negative fashion, but I know both teams would have hoped for a better season. I know coming into conference play, Andrews 1-9 in conference play, 1-14 overall on the season. The Lady Devils are 2-8 in conference play, 4-12 overall. Ground ball foul down the first base side. But now here's what can happen in softball if our Lady Devils beat Andrews twice and improve to 4-8 in conference play. We can jump up there and be right behind Murphy. I think Murphy would have the tiebreaker if they, or if they win another game, they would probably finish in 4th place, and our Lady Devils would finish as high as 5th if we win a couple against Andrews. And because we would have the tiebreaker over Hayesville since we beat Hayesville twice in softball. So our Lady Devils do have a lot to play for. Pride, for one thing, with all the great tradition in this Lady Devil softball team that head coach Toby Burrell and his assistants have put in place in all these years. There's a foul ball. Apparently it hit the batter. And we're talking about, again, Kinley Queen. Kinley is the batter now for the Wildcats. And we are glad to be with you live here on a beautiful Tuesday. Josh Gordon, our cameraman, Joe Holt, and Tommy Dills covering baseball here. And again, big series with Andrews in baseball. The boys need to win 2 to get a piece of the pie, if you will. Talking about the conference championship for Coach Tyler Schuler and Coach Jimmy Mateeth. And I hope they get it. Those guys have worked hard. They have had a really strong season, and I hope they can pull it off. Ground ball to the shortstop. Maddie on over to first in time. That's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning. We go to the bottom of the first, and our Lady Devils will be at bat after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning here on the Maroon Devils Network. Glad to have you along as our Lady Devils will get things rocking and rolling here. Same lineup as we had last Friday. Kirsten Smith is going to be leading off. And Kirsten is having a really, really good year as we will get a chance to talk to you about some of the stats here. Kirsten hitting .255, and she has 14 hits on the year, 9 RBIs, 5 doubles, and matter of fact, 1 big home run for Kirsten Smith. So she's had a good year hitting the ball. Haley Woodard on deck, followed by Maddie Spates in the number 3 spot. There's a foul ball. It's going to be just out of play over the Andrews visiting dugout. Andrews, as you can see on your screen, wearing gray pants, black jerseys. No hats. Well, got a couple of hats out there. Softball players don't wear caps like baseball guys do. Don't ask me why, but we see 1 red visor, and that's about it out there. So, but and by the way, fans, this broadcast is being brought to you on a delayed basis. The Maroon Devil boys are on live this afternoon, and again, they are just having a good season. Congratulations to them. Foul ball out of play behind the plate. Off the bat of Kirsten. We are just happy to be here bringing you this broadcast on delay. And the baseball game going on in the first inning. Andrews did not score in either softball or baseball. Here's the windup and the throw. Another foul ball going to be out of play over near the baseball field. And Kirsten Smith hanging in there, knocking that ball around. In the circle today for Andrews is going to be Summer Garrett. She is pitching. Behind the plate is going to be Kinley Queen. For Andrews, down at first base is going to be America Sluquire. At second base will be Brooke Phillips. Over at third base is going to be Leah Preston. The shortstop is going to be Emily Mueller. In the outfield will be center fielder Kylie Donaldson. Over in left field will be Kaylin Ellis, and in right field will be Carly Clark. That's your Andrews defense lining it up. And again, Kirsten hanging in there. Nobody on there. A couple of strikes on those foul balls, and there's another foul ball. She stays alive with 2 strikes. So as we mentioned, we had senior night here tonight as we're recognizing Savannah Smith on the softball team, the only senior, and 5 boys on the baseball team pitch high for a ball. Coming up on Thursday, it's going to be senior night at Andrews. We were talking with their coaches, Coach Mueller in softball and Coach Graves in baseball. They'll be having the same thing on Thursday over at Andrews. And the weather looks okay. That ball is going to be foul. Now, we will say this. We hope all the teams get their games in because Friday, if you believe the extended forecast, is going to be very wet. There's right now anyway, a 90% chance of rain. So, boy, hope everybody gets their games in before that rain arrives on Friday. This ball is going to be in play down the first base side, and safe, I believe, at first base is going to be Kirsten Smith. She avoided the tag. She didn't jump out of the baseline. She just had just a nice little jump hop, if you will, and gets on with an infield single. Kirsten. And now Coach Mueller not happy with that call. He's going to say, I'm sure, that she ran out of the baseline to avoid the tag. And he's talking it over with the umpire down there. And normally that doesn't change. When an umpire makes a call, I would venture to say 90 to 95% of the time it doesn't change unless the two umpires get together, confer, and decide to change it, which does happen. Throw down to second, sliding in safely is going to be Kirsten Smith. Now down at second base in scoring position with no out, Haley Woodard at the plate. Maddie Spates on deck here on senior night. A lot of fans, good weather, temperature about 80 degrees today. We have a lot of wind, almost blowing all our papers away for senior night. There's a softball going over into the baseball field. And Carson Taylor, number 22, actually saw it in time. And he actually gets the ball and throws it out of play as he was in the batter's box ready to hit. And that ball came over right basically in the left-hand side batter's box. Is that going to be caught for an out? Let's see if they're going to call that out. I believe they will. That was a pop-up, and it's going to be caught by the catcher off the bat of Haley Woodard. Well, I tell you, Haley had a big night last Friday. She just killed the ball against the teams from Buncombe County. There's another ball that's killed off the fence, and it's going to be bouncing back into the outfield. Maddie coming into second with a stand-up double. Pitch, the throw's going to be high coming in, but she stands at second base. Maddie, another 2 feet. That ball would have been over the fence. Maddie just crushed it. And that ball just barely hit underneath the plastic yellow covering on the top of the chain link fence by Maddie Spates. Like I say, another 2 feet, that would have been out of here. And Maddie has a couple of home runs on the year. As a matter of fact, Maddie does have 2 home runs. Kirsten Smith has 1. We have a total of 3 for the team. That ball is going to be fouled off the bat of Candace Crisp. Candace on the season is hitting .289, 13 hits, 7 RBIs, got a double for an extra base hit. But right now, the Lady Devils with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning, and Maddie down at second base. So let's see. Waiting for a ball, I believe, to come back in. A lot of dust here. So my apologies if you hear me coughing, the dust and the oak pollen. There's a foul ball again that's going to be coming over to the baseball side of things. Over in the baseball side of things, no score after 1 inning, but here in softball, the Lady Devils with a 1-0 lead, runner on second with 1 out. So we've had a big single by Kirsten, a big double by Maddie. And now Candace at the plate hitting with 1 out, 1 on. Savannah Smith, our only senior on deck. Pitch outside for a ball. Again, in the circle for the Wildcats is Summer Garrett. Candace hanging in there. Here's the windup and the throw. It's going to be shot into right center field. It's going to be caught on 1 hop. So Maddie's going to be holding at third. And with a stand-up single down there is going to be Candace Crisp. Is there any other kind of single? You can't slide into first base. So Candace at first base safely. I'm used to saying so many times like a stand-up double or a stand-up triple, but don't think we have any stand-up singles. So Candace, runners on the corners, and a 1-0 Lady Devil lead. I don't see that on the scoreboard yet, but I know we scored. Runners on the corners, high fly ball is going to be caught out in center field. The runner is coming home, and the throw comes home, but it's going to be too late. And now the Lady Devils with a 2-0 lead on that fly ball into center field by Savannah Smith, our only senior on this Lady Devil team, being honored here before the game. Tori Johnson batting now. Tori on the season. Let me check some of her stats for you. Tori hitting .258 with 8 hits, 5 RBIs, couple of doubles, and a triple. We have 4 triples on the team and 3 home runs this year. Not a ton of extra base hits, if you will. Our Lady Devils, 25 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs as a team. So now a 2-0 Lady Devil lead after 1. Over in the baseball contest, Andrews batting in the top of the second. No score there. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. Candace dancing off first a little bit. Candace starting at third base this afternoon for the Lady Devils on defense. We'll line that up for you in a little bit. High hopper, going to be getting by the shortstop, rolling into left field. Candace will hold at second. And down at first base is Tori Johnson with a single. So the Lady Devils, 4 big hits here in the first inning, resulting in 2 runs, 2 runners still on base, and Faith Woodard the batter. And now the home plate umpire coming out to talk with the base umpire about something, not sure. But the umpires confer a little bit. Lady Devils with 1 out, 2-0 lead over the Wildcats. Here on Senior Day, Senior Night, whatever you want to call it, we honor the seniors. 5 in baseball, 1 in softball. There's a shot by third base, going to be in for a base hit. Bobbled out in left field. Runner will score. Throw coming home. All the other runners advance. Big double there by Faith Woodard. Probably going to be called a single with an error attached. But again, another big run in, and now it's a 3-0 Lady Devil lead. Runners at second and third with only 1 out. Hannah Schuler can really help her cause right now. Hannah Schuler. Ooh, boy, there's a baseball that almost hit the Andrews right fielder over there. Boy, that was close to Carly Clark in right field. I mean, it missed her by only a couple of feet. And that's, I guess, a little bit of the danger of having these two fields basically, maybe 25, 30 feet apart from fence to fence. But here's a foul ball down the first base side. No play as Carly comes over here and tracks it down. We've done a lot of games over the years here in broadcasting, but even though these two fields are very close together, I can't recall a player on the opposite field getting hit by one of the other team's baseballs or softballs. Now, we did see a softball going over into the home plate area on the baseball field a moment ago. Base hit up the middle. 1 run is in. Runner rounding third. Throw coming into second. 2 more runs are in, and the Lady Devils have a 5-0 lead here on a big base hit by Hannah Schuler. So the Lady Devils knocking it around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits here in the first inning. Batting now is going to be our second baseman, Kaylee Parker. Kaylee on the season hitting .250, 9 hits, couple of RBIs, 1 double on the year for Kaylee. All right, got a runner on first. That's, of course, our last batter, Hannah Schuler, who's pitching this afternoon. Hannah having a good year pitching for the Lady Devils. She is getting a lot of on-the-job training for this junior. Hannah, 75 innings pitched, now 76. Giving up 126 hits, 51 bases on balls, 59 strikeouts on the year. 5 home runs, 7.09 ERA in her pitching this year for the Lady Devils, pitching today and probably on Thursday, I guess, at Andrews. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and she can't quite find the handle. Everybody's going to be safe. So Kaylee Parker on with an error here. So now the Lady Devils with a 5-0 lead and still only one out. Top of the lineup, Kirsten Smith hitting for the second time here in the first inning. It's been a while since we've batted around in the same inning here. Kirsten hitting now. Getting a lot of wind and pollen blowing around, so a lot of dust from the softball field as well. So it's one of those kind of days. Oak pollen is really alive and well right now. If you have any allergy symptoms, you know that all too well. Pitch high for a ball. Pitching for the Wildcats, again, Summer Garrett. If you're watching by delayed broadcast, either Andrews or Swain, there's a high pop-up. It's going to be in play, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher, and that's going to wind up the inning as our Lady Devils put 5 on the board. We've played 1, and we'll be back. Lady Devils 5, Andrews 0 here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We have played 1 inning of Lady Devils softball here on the Maroon Devils Network. Glad to have you along. Again, kind of dusty, a lot of pollen in the air, a lot of dust off the softball field blowing around. My apologies for having to get choked every now and then. But Andrews batting here in the top of the second inning, and batting is going to be Summer Garrett, the cleanup number 4 batter here, and also the pitcher this afternoon for the Wildcats. She's going to be followed by Carly Clark and Leah Preston, hitting in the 4, 5, and 6 spots for the Wildcats. Coming in again, 1-9 in conference play. Our Lady Devils are 2-8. Our Lady Devils 4-14 on the year. Andrews 1-14 overall on the year. There's a foul ball. Over in the baseball contest, Andrews has jumped out to a 1-0 lead. But again, they're just in the second inning. Here in softball, we're in the top of the second. Lady Devils with a 5-zip lead. Last week of conference play, the softball and baseball playoff seedings will be announced. There's a swing and a miss. I think I saw on the website that it might not be announced until maybe Monday. They're thinking that some games might be even played into the weekend. So the seedings for baseball and softball playoffs might not be announced until Monday because of that weather factor that could play a role on games. I know it's supposed to rain on Friday. There's a foul ball off the bat of Garrett. But then the playoffs begin actually a week from today, next Tuesday, and that'll be on May 10th, I believe. I believe Tuesday is the first day of state playoff action in softball and baseball. I'm pretty positive our Maroon Devil boys are going to be in the baseball playoffs. Potentially, depending on what happens this week, of course, as a number 1 or a number 2 seed from the Smoky Mountain Conference. So right now, Summer Garrett still hanging in there, trying to make something happen. So far, the Wildcats have yet to have anybody get on base. But Summer Garrett, the cleanup batter, pitching the dirt for a ball from the right arm of Hannah Schuler in the circle today for the Lady Devils. Maddie comes over and says, hey, it's all okay. Just throw a strike. Looks like a 3-2 count now with no out. The windup and the throw. That one going to be in for ball 4, so that's the first base runner today for Andrews as Summer Garrett's on with a walk. And Carly Clark is going to be hitting now for head coach Matthew Mueller, assisted by Kenny Clark and David Queen. Talking to Coach Mueller before the game, he mentioned the fact that all these coaches have daughters. He has a daughter, of course, Emily Mueller. Coach Clark has his daughter, Carly Clark, and Coach Queen, his daughter, Kinley Queen. All right, Carly Clark batting now. As coming on is going to be Trinity running for Andrews as a pinch runner now. It's going to be Trinity Taylor. And she's coming on as a pinch runner with 1 on, no out. Leah Preston going to be on deck, the starting third baseman for the Wildcats. Carly Clark is the starting right fielder. Almost got beamed with a baseball last inning. Coming over from the baseball field. Swing and a miss for a strike. Big cut by Carly Clark. Lady Devils up 5-0 in case you're just tuning in. Here on a delayed broadcast on the Maroon Devils Network. Glad to be able to bring you the action here. Whether live or delayed, we're always happy to be supporting our athletes. Pitch inside for a ball. Right now we're just trying to avoid I think the carpenter bumblebees flying around everywhere. They're just anywhere they can find a place to bore a hole. They're everywhere. So pitch in, going to be high for a ball. Carly Clark hanging in there again. Leah Preston on deck. And then a young lady we all know, Brooke Phillips. Going to be batting for the Wildcats here on the top of the second inning. Wind up and the throw. Pitch is going to be low. And the count goes, looks like full again. So Hannah Schuler hanging in there, trying to find that strike zone. Wind up and the throw. Oh, good pitch. Called third strike. Off-speed pitch for the first strikeout for Hannah Schuler. I think that off-speed really fooled the batter. That's one of the first off-speed pitches we've seen from Hannah. But boy, it came at a good time for strike called 3. So big out. Leah Preston now hitting for the Wildcats. Again, they're starting third baseman, 1 on, 1 out. 5-0 Lady Devil lead here. Last home game for the Lady Devils here in 2022. Pitch high, base runner going, throw down, and it's going to be, I think it kind of hit the base runner on maybe the helmet. It kind of ricocheted maybe off her helmet or maybe off the glove of Maddie Spates. But the ball being thrown around, and now Trinity Taylor hustles on down to third base. And we saw this a little bit in games last Friday. All 4 teams at times had issues with throwing the ball that wound up in advancing base runners. All right, Coach Mueller over there in the box at third base having a word with his runner, Trinity Taylor. Now still only 1 out. After that stolen base at second and then on down to third with the ball getting away. There's an attempted bunt right back to the pitcher. Hannah checks the runner, goes to first, throw is wide, runner scores. So we have another throwing error here in the inning. And Andrews is on the scoreboard with their first run of the day. Still on. Leah Preston on at second now. And batting now is going to be Brooke Phillips. Of course, the daughter of one Coach Phillips over at Andrews High School. A good friend of ours from his days here at Swain County as an assistant football coach. Good family, good people. And Brooke Phillips batting now with a runner at second. On deck is going to be Kylie Donaldson. So right now the Lady Devils defensively struggling just a little bit. Trying to get the ball to its intended target, if you will. Here's the windup and the throw from Hannah. There's a high pop-up, and it's going to be caught behind the plate. Great catch back there behind the plate by our catcher, our senior, Savannah Smith. Hey, that's the way to have a game on senior night. Big play behind the plate for the second out. Off the bat of Brooke Phillips, pops up to the catcher. So 2 outs now, and Kylie Donaldson, the starting center fielder for Andrews. Check that. Kylie is the starting left fielder for the Wildcats. Get my positions right here. Pitch in from Hannah now. With a 1-0 count, 2 out, 5-1, Lady Devil lead. Wildcats with a runner at second base. Down there is Leah Preston. Andrews got 1 run in. There's a foul ball out of play again behind home plate over in the vicinity of Jeff Marr's home away from home, and that is the concession stand. I told him about his ability to tease everybody out here with the smell of hot dogs that he cooks over there, and you really can. You can smell that wonderful smell of hot dogs coming from the concession stand when the wind blows just right. And there's a bunt back to the pitcher. Hannah over to first base. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Hannah gets it done. Good cover over there again by Kaylee Parker for out 3 as Andrews leaves 1 on base. And we go to the bottom of the second inning with the Lady Devils up top, 5-1. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Our Lady Devils right now with a 5-1 lead. And we're going to be seeing Haley Woodard, Maddie Spates, Candace Crisp. And there's the first pitch in for a strike to Candace, or check that to Haley. Haley popped up to the catcher first time up. But again, that last game on Friday, she just ripped the ball, had a single, a double, a triple, just pounded it. Big day on Friday with the bat. Maddie Spates coming up next, followed by Candace Crisp, our number 2, 3, 4 hitters in the Lady Devil lineup. And all these girls had a big first inning, putting 5 on the board. We batted around, actually. As Kirsten Smith got a chance to hit twice in that first inning. Haley hitting now with nobody on, nobody out, pitch high. Again in the circle, Summer Garrett for the Andrews Wildcats. Last week of the regular season here in softball and baseball play, that pitch is going to be high for a ball. Haley's going to be on with a walk. Maddie Spates had a big double last time, and I really think about another foot or two in elevation on the ball off her bat, it would have been over the fence for a home run. She hit the top of the fence and straightaway center field. I mean, she just crushed the ball. She's already hit 2 home runs on the year, and she is hitting it great. .522 batting average, 24 hits, 18 RBIs, 5 doubles, 2 home runs. Pitch in for a strike. Candace on deck here on senior night. Right behind Candace, our only senior, Savannah Smith. And we appreciate her for hanging in there and being a solid Lady Devil. And seniors are so important for teams at the high school and collegiate level. It is, you can't say enough how important seniors are to their respective teams. Seen a lot of teams over the years, and as Maddie hangs in there, pitch inside for a ball. Most of the very successful teams I have seen at the high school and collegiate level are led by outstanding seniors. There are occasionally exceptions, but that is the exception if you have a great team without many seniors. The really good teams in any sport have really good seniors. They provide leadership. They provide experience. They've played, obviously, 4 years, and at the collegiate level, sometimes 5 or 6. So seniors are just a huge part of successful teams. All right, Lady Devils now with Haley Woodard on, and now Maddie Spates on. And the catcher and pitcher talking it over there for Andrews. Talking about Summer Garrett, the pitcher. And Kinley Queen, the catcher. talking things over. The wind's about to blow all our notes away here as we're in an open air press box, kind of a press box, if you will. Pitch inside for a ball. Runners take off, advance to second and third. Everybody's safe. So now the Lady Devils with runners in scoring position with no out here on the bottom of the second inning on senior night. Boys and girls both going to be playing at Andrews on Thursday. Weather looks okay. There's a foul ball off the bat of Candace Crisp. One thing about this Lady Devil softball team, a lot of underclassmen, 7 juniors, 1 sophomore, 5 freshmen. So I think next year could really be successful for this Lady Devil team with that many seniors. Ground ball to the shortstop over to first base in time, and that's going to be the first out of the inning off the bat of Candace. 1 down, Savannah Smith. Congratulations to her, our senior tonight. And if you were listening early in the broadcast, we told you about some of her accomplishments and her years here at Swain County High School. I actually have the sheet as we await the first pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Can't get the handle. Savannah with an RBI, and she's going to head on down to second base as there's a bobble out in left field. So Savannah on with an error here and an RBI. So now the Lady Devils are up 7-1. So 2 runs actually scored on that ball off the bat of Savannah Smith. So Savannah having a good night, knocking in 2 runs already. But Savannah lives in Alarka. She had a lot of her family here escorting her in, and as class superlative was most likely to bleed maroon and white. Savannah played basketball all 4 years, volleyball 4 years, softball obviously 4 years, ran track a couple of years, was on all Smoky Mountain Conference selection in volleyball in 2021. And her fondest athletic memory, this is cool, would always be goofing off and singing after games with Kendall Bowers and Kayla McMahon. So that's a fun memory for Savannah Smith. But she had so much support here tonight with her family members here, with her families here tonight as they were all here escorting her on. There's a ground ball over to first base in time as that's going to be out number 2 off the bat of Tori Johnson. So 2 down now, and Faith Woodard hitting now with 2 out. 7-1 Lady Devil lead. So again, congratulations to Savannah Smith, our senior, for the Lady Devils here tonight. We'll tell you some of the baseball stuff as we get time. One thing about softball, you don't have a whole lot of time to sit and fiddle your thumbs. There's a shot into right field, going to score a run. And down at first base with a base hit is going to be Faith Woodard. Big base hit and a big RBI. So the hits, as they say, keep on coming. 8 runs now for the Lady Devils. 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 out. And still a runner on base with Hannah Schuler hitting, our starting pitcher. I think Hannah's going to be one of those that could really have a good year next year. I hope all these Lady Devils come back, and after working hard here as juniors and sticking together, I hope they all stick together and come back as seniors. They could have such a big impact, I think, next year for this Lady Devil softball team. I really do. Foul ball off the bat of Hannah. On deck is going to be Kaylee Parker, our second baseman. Over in the baseball game, 3-0 Andrews in the 3rd inning. Andrews batting as they lead. We're here in the bottom of the second. Lady Devils still hitting. Softball over out of play. Nice crowd on hand. Several folks made the drive over through Nantahala Gorge from Andrews as they're over in the stands. And our Devil fans, of course, some behind the plate here on the softball game. A lot of folks out in left field. A lot of folks right behind the high school and straightaway center field. Pitch off speed for a ball. And a lot of Devils out here tonight. I want to say hello to Christy as she makes her way out here. Former Lady Devil softball assistant coach over here. Ground ball foul again off the bat of Hannah Schuler. Got a big base hit last time. Boy, the wind is blowing. You can hear it on our headset microphone, and now the wind is blowing this dust off the softball field right in our face, literally. Man, hide your eyes and duck your head, and man, oh man. That combined with all the pollen off the flowers and the trees, if that doesn't choke you up, there's a strike 3 and out number 3. But the Lady Devils come back with 3 here on the bottom of the second. We've played 2. It's Swain 8, Andrews 1. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back here on a beautiful Tuesday. Temperature in the upper 70s. A lot of wind blowing dust and pollen and all that kind of stuff around. But right now, we're ready to go here on the top of the third inning. Our Lady Devils ahead 8-1. And there's a shot right back to the pitcher over to first base in time, and an easy out number 1 here to start the top of the third inning. And I know one thing. I've already heard Jeff Mars got hot dogs for sale. That's he tantalizes us with the smell of hot dogs from the concession stand. And so he's over here. I tell you, Jeff does a great job for Swain County Schools in so many ways. So one down now as the leadoff hitter for Andrews, Americus Luquire, grounds out. Now it's going to bring up Kellen Ellis. Kalen grounded to the pitcher last time. There's a foul ball off her bat. We're going to try to recognize some of the senior boys baseball players. One of those is Gavin Lanning. He's one of the 5 seniors. He played basketball 4 years. Looks like football 4 years. Played soccer 3 years. Was an All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in football and soccer for Gavin Lanning. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. And his fondest athletic memory was Will being the GOAT every day. That's GOAT, greatest of all time, in case you didn't know that. But that's Gavin's fondest athletic memory. We wanted to pass along, and again, we're just trying to recognize all these seniors as we can. Hannah in the pitching circle, ready to go now with 1 down. Wind up, pitch in for a strike to Kalen Ellis. Another senior, Carson Taylor. He has so many athletic awards. Played football 4 years, was a captain 3 years. Baseball 4 years, basketball 3 years, a captain one of those years in basketball. Ran track 3 years, wrestled 2 years. I mean, this guy did everything. Carson Taylor, I don't know when he had time to sleep. He was All-Smoky Mountain Conference in baseball, football, all-state wrestling, scholar athlete in football, all-state football, all-conference in football, defensive player of the year in football. And tell you his fondest athletic memory for Carson in just a moment. Pitch in the dirt again, and that's going to be ball 4. So Kalen, check that, is going to be on with a base on balls. But Carson's fondest athletic memory is when Schuler spiked his helmet and it broke into 1,000 pieces, and Tanner super glued his helmet back together so he didn't have to run. And I'm guessing maybe Coach Schuler, but just for Schuler to break it again 2 games later. So that's the fondest athletic memory for Carson Taylor. So I always get a chuckle on what some of these guys and girls name their fondest athletic memory. Pitch in for a strike. Runner takes off. Throw down to second. Not going to be in time. So sliding in literally is going to be Kalen Ellis. Safe at second base now for Andrews. Here in the top of the third with an 8-1 Lady Devil lead. Batting now is going to be Emily Mueller, head coach Mueller's daughter here for Andrews, talking about Matthew Mueller. We'll tell you more about some of the baseball guys in just a minute. One of those seniors is going to be Cooper Hyatt, of course. Cooper was FCA all 4 years, member of National Honor Society, class superlative, best all around. He was in the Ridge Runner Court, played basketball 4 years, football 2 years, baseball 4 years, ran track 2 years. There's a bunt back to the pitcher. Play over to first in time, and a good coverage again over there by second baseman Kaylee Parker. Runner advances to third now with 2 out. Talking about Cooper Hyatt. Just a fine young man like these guys are. Cooper was all Smoky Mountain Conference in football and basketball. And his fondest athletic memory is Will catching a bad hop to the face. So, oh boy. So here we go, 2 out. Still 1 on third now in scoring position for the Wildcats. There's a ball low for ball 1. Batting now is going to be Kinley Queen. Kinley, the starting catcher for the Wildcats this afternoon. Behind the plate, 2 out, runner on. Ground ball, a line drive, check that, line drive, and jumping just high enough. Kaylee Parker just left her feet, got that ball at just the right spot, line drive shot, and that's going to be out number 3. So Kaylee, so far with a catch of the day on defense to keep Andrews scoreless here in the top of the third. 8-1 Swain going to the bottom of the third. We'll be back. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Our Lady Devils on a good roll right now. 8-1 lead over the Andrews Wildcats here in Smoky Mountain Conference play on senior night here at Swain County High School. The windup and the throw. Hitting here in the bottom of the third is going to be our second baseman, Kaylee Parker, who just came off the infield with a really good catch out there at second base. A line drive, and this foul ball out of play right behind the plate. But again, Kaylee Parker with a really solid catch at second base. 8-1, Lady Devils on top, bottom 3. Off-speed pitch, going to be in for a ball. Again, senior night. Savannah Smith, our only Lady Devil senior. 5 guys over on the baseball diamond. We've been talking about some of those. We'll tell you about Will Jenkins here in just a minute. As Kaylee, who got on with an error last time. Kaylee Parker having a pretty good season, hitting .250. 9 hits on the year, a couple of RBIs and a double. And now it's going to be on first base with a base on balls. Batting now, we go to the top of the lineup, and Kirsten Smith had a single first time up, popped up to the pitcher last time.
I'm so glad it's not all.
Kirsten hanging in there. Digs in, takes a pitch for a ball.
Ain't nothing between us but an opportunity.
On deck is going to be Haley Woodard. As again, it was a big first inning for the Lady Devils in case you're just tuning in. There's a high fly into left field. Going to be over the head of the left fielder. She ran in too far, gets by. The runner advances on down to third, and now with a stand-up double is going to be Kirsten Smith down at second base. So Kirsten, 2 for 3 on the day. Had a single first time and now a double, and that's going to bring up Haley Woodard. Popped to the catcher first time and got a base on balls last time. But talking about that, Haley really crushed the ball last Friday in that doubleheader. Maddie Spate's going to be on deck. Maddie's been crushing it all year pretty much, as has Haley hitting .477. Haley Woodard, 21 hits, 10 RBIs, 5 doubles, a triple. And again, talking about Maddie hitting .522. Both these players have just been hitting the ball. Good job at the plate for Haley and Maddie hitting 2 and 3 in the lineup. Candace Crisp, the number 4 hitter. There's a high pitch. Going to be, they say a check swing is for a strike. Swain fans over in the outfield disagree. Nobody out yet for the Lady Devils. Pitch in. Andrews making some noise here. Or check that for the Lady Devils with runners at second and third. And again, Lady Devils trying to add to this 8-1 lead here in the bottom of 3. High hopper to first base, going to be an easy out number 1. Throw home is going to be nowhere close in time as Haley Woodard grounds out but gets an RBI. So that run will score. That makes it a 9-1 Lady Devil lead. And the Lady Devils still with a runner over at third base. Kirsten Smith, of course, who led off this inning behind Kaylee Parker and had a big double. So Kirsten down at third. Swing and a miss by Maddie Spates, who already has a big double today on the bases on balls. Walked last time, but Maddie almost hit one over the fence her first time up. She hit a ball that was just under that yellow plastic stuff that covers the top of the chain link fence for safety reasons. Another foot or so, it would have been out of the park, if you know what I mean. For the 4th home run of the year for the Lady Devils. Candace Crisp on deck. We have a 9-1 lead now. 1 run here in the 3rd. We had 5 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, and now 1 in the 3rd. Lady Devils, if they can lead by 10, this will be a 5 and a game. There's a shallow fly to right field. Can't be handled. Maddie is going to be rounding first, and she will hang up at second base on that error in the outfield. Candace Crisp is going to be batting now. 9-1 Lady Devil lead. Candace with a big bat as well. Got on with an error last time. No, check that. Grounded to shortstop last time. Got a hit first time up. Candace with 1 out of 2 afternoon. Candace hitting .289, 13 hits, 7 RBIs, a big double on the year for the Lady Devil. Cleanup batter, right back to the pitcher. Man alive, look what I found in the glove. As that line drive came right back to the pitcher, Summer Garrett. I mean, hit her right in the glove for the out. 2 out now. Savannah Smith batting. Savannah on senior night has already had a pretty good day at the plate. 2 RBIs last time she got up to the plate as she got on with an error but knocked in a couple of runs, flied out to center field first time. Savannah on the season hitting .209 her senior year, 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, had a big triple this year on the season. Has scored 9 runs, one of the leaders in that category. And again, we appreciate all our seniors. We'll tell you about some more senior baseball players in just a minute, but right now, swing and a miss. Maddie down at second. Over in the baseball game, things are cranking up right now. Looks like it's a 3-2 Andrews lead in the 3rd inning. The Devils are batting. Ground ball between, right up the middle. Going to be in for a base hit. The run will score. Maddie scores easily. She rounded third, never even slowed down on the signal from head coach Toby Burrow. On now at first base with a big hit and another big RBI. 3 RBIs for Savannah on her senior night. Tori Johnson batting now. And the Lady Devils with an 11-1 lead. Good 3-run inning here in the 3rd. Again, Lady Devils 5 in the 1st, batting around, 3 in the 2nd, 3 now in the 3rd, an 11-1 lead. And if they can hang on to this 10-run lead, this game is going to be over in 5 innings now as jumping off first base is Savannah Smith, our senior. Again, good night, 3 RBIs for senior Savannah. Tori Johnson batting, Faith Woodard on deck. Pitch in for a ball, high. We just watched the baseball game nearby, and Carson Taylor just scored to make it a 3-3 game. There's a shot over into second base, going to be in for a single. Rounding second and heading for third is going to be Savannah Smith. Throw in close, but no. Savannah is on at third base. And a base hit off the bat of Tori Johnson. Her 2nd hit on the day. Tori having a good day at the plate. Now Faith Woodard batting. A perfect day, 2 for 2 with an RBI last time on that hit. And again, the Lady Devils with a chance to add to this 11-1 lead with 2 out now. Pitch high, dancing off is going to be Tori Johnson, gets back on first. And we appreciate our coaches who get the job done for the Lady Devils here this year. Talking about, of course, longtime head coach Toby Burrell, assisted this year from Ashley Hyatt. There's a shot into right center field. That's going to be in for at least a single. Ball back in the infield. 1 run is in. And holding at first base with a big RBI is going to be Faith Woodard. 3 for 3. Her second RBI today. So now it's a 12-1 Lady Devil lead. And now Coach Mueller coming out. He may make a pitching change. He comes out to talk with his infield, kind of settle him down. Faith Woodard down at first base, talking with Coach Ashley. Hannah Schuler on deck. But again, 2 out here. Lady Devils, another good day hitting the ball, especially in that first inning. I mean, batting around with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legitimate hits in the first inning. One of those a double off the bat of Maddie Spates. Coach Mueller is going to leave his pitcher in, talking about Summer Garrett in the circle. One thing about, and I don't mean this in a critical way, but most 1A high schools don't have the luxury of a lot of pitching depth. It's just a fact of life. Most teams are not blessed with a whole lot of pitchers they can put in that circle. Here's a foul ball. It's going to be missed over in foul play on the first base side. That will keep the Lady Devils alive here. Hannah will head on back to hit now. After that foul ball, almost caught. But Hannah having a good day, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a base hit first time up. Pitch in for a strike. Runners on the corners now. Lady Devils with an 11-run lead, 12-1. 2 out, bottom 3. Over in the baseball game, the Maroon Devils, for the first time today, got the lead 4-3 with a big 4-run third inning. And there's another shot to the fence off the bat of Hannah, rounding second, coming into third. Throw is not going to be in time, and looks like a big RBI off the bat of Hannah Schuler with a triple. That ball all the way to the fence. So a 5-run third inning here for the Lady Devils. Batting now is going to be Kaylee Parker. And boy, the hits, they are rolling off the bats of the Lady Devils here this afternoon. Kaylee on the day, got on with an error first time, got on with a walk last time. On deck, top of the lineup, and Kirsten Smith here at the bottom of the third with a 14-1 Lady Devil lead. Pitch in for a strike. So this is a 6-run inning. We had 5 in the first, 3 in the second, now 6 in this third inning, and a potential 7th run over at third base. And Hannah Schuler, who ripped one to the fence and with good speed on the bases, wound up at third. Pitch in for a strike. 2 strikes, 2 out. Kaylee Parker, our second baseman, who had a big catch earlier. Line drive that she went up in the air, climbed the ladder, and grabbed for a big catch. Pitch high for a ball. Again, Hannah over at third here on senior night. Wind still blowing, and there's a swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3. We leave one stranded, but we've played 3, and the Lady Devils in control, 14-1. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. Here we are, top of the 4th inning on senior night at Swain County High School, our last home game of the regular season here for softball and baseball. And again, I put the emphasis on regular season. There's a swing and a miss by the leadoff batter, Summer Garrett, the opposing pitcher here today for Andrews. Talking about senior night, of course, Savannah Smith. We've talked about her tonight. We're going to be talking about some of our guys, 5 guys being honored tonight on senior night in baseball. One of those, Will Jenkins. Some of his honors include Student Council, National Honor Society here at Swain County High School. Off-speed pitch in for a ball there. Also, Will has played baseball all 4 years, played basketball all 4 years, played golf as a junior and senior. Really doing a good job there. His fondest athletic memory here at Swain County High School, I'm not sure I'd call this fond, but Will has said his fondest athletic memory was getting hit in the eye with a baseball. And I got to tell you, that hurts. So that's the words of one Will Jenkins. Congrats, Will, on senior night here. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 4th, Andrews batting here in the softball game. There's a shot foul. One of our other seniors in baseball, Cameron Blankenship. Of course, everybody knows his mom and dad, Neil and Sonia, his sister, Arizona, and his grandmother, Barbara, was here tonight as well. Cam was a member of the Ridge Runner Court. Has played basketball 4 years, football and baseball all 4 years. Ran track as a freshman and a senior. And one of his honors included most likely to be hit by the most pitches in one season, according to Cam Blankenship. There's a pop-up foul ball out of play. And he said his fondest memory was story time in the dugout, and also Coach Schuler trying to punish him with running, and he said he never could. So those are some of the words of one Cameron Blankenship. I think we got all the guys in. Gavin Lanning, Carson Taylor, Cooper Hyatt, Will Jenkins, Cameron Blankenship. Congratulations, men. Senior night here. Now, one thing about the boys baseball team, I really expect they're going to be playing and hosting a baseball playoff game next week. So this will be the final game of their regular season here tonight as seniors. But we fully expect to host a baseball playoff game next week. And these seniors, boy, I'm so happy for them. Pitch in. That's going to be ball 4. So getting on here is going to be the leadoff batter for the second time with a base on balls, talking about Summer Garrett for the Wildcats. The number 4 batter now batting is going to be Carly Clark, followed by Leah Preston. 14-1, Swain in the lead, top of the 4th. Nobody out for the Wildcats now. Tried to threaten and get some more runs on the board here in this final home game of the regular season. Swain girls and boys are going to be at Andrews this Thursday. Weather looks okay Thursday. We hope it stays that way. Ball gets by, wild pitch. Heading on down is going to be pinch runner Trinity Taylor for the Wildcats. So now the Wildcats with a runner in scoring position down at second base for Carly Clark. Batting now. Nobody out. Here's the pitch, going to be low for a ball. On deck is going to be, as we mentioned, Leah Preston. Talking about the Smoky Mountain Conference standings in softball right now, the class of the league is Robbinsville 11-0, Hiawassee Dam 9-2. Their only losses coming to Robbinsville. The windup and the throw, high hopper to second base. Oh, can't find the handle. Andrews with the run scoring. And now down at first base is going to be Carly Clark getting on with an error and an RBI. So 14-2 now. Andrews getting an advantage of a high hopper. That one kind of handcuffed Kaylee, I think. Those high hoppers, when you're down expecting one around the knees, that ball hops up high, and it's just so hard to get your glove up in time. So batting now is going to be Leah Preston. Got on with an error her first time. Pitch in for a ball. They're talking about the Smoky Mountain Conference standings. Robbinsville 11-0, Hiawassee Dam 9-2, Cherokee 7-4, Murphy 4-6, Hayesville 2-7. Our Lady Devils 2-8. Andrews 1-9. Now, if our Lady Devils can hang on and win twice over Andrews this week, we can move up past Hayesville. We would have the tiebreaker because we have beaten Hayesville twice in softball, and move up to a potential maybe 5th place finish. And by the way, Robbinsville beat Hiawassee Dam 7-3 yesterday. And Thursday, Robbinsville is going to be at Hiawassee Dam as Robbinsville tries to wrap up an undefeated conference season. They could wind up 12-0 and conference champs and a number 1 seed from the conference. Now, where they're going to be seated in the West bracket is another story. Even though you may be a number 1 seed from your conference, doesn't mean you're going to be a number 1 seed in your bracket. Pitch in for a strike. Hannah Schuler finding the zone. Down at first base, Carly Clark with nobody out. 14-2, Lady Devils on top here in the top of the 4th. Pitch in. Count runs full now, 3-2 with no out. Lady Devils trying to hold Andrews off the scoreboard with a 14-2 lead. Andrews with 1 run here in the top of the 4th. They had 1 in the 2nd. And that's it. Lady Devils good defense. There's a foul ball. Our Lady Devils have scored pretty big every inning. 5 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd. And let's see, 6 in the 3rd. 8, 6 is 14, right? Yep, my math still works. 5, 3, and 6. Hannah back on the rubber. Wind up and the throw. Ground ball to third base. Candace on over to second. Got the lead runner on over to first. Not in time for the double play, but getting the lead runner is the main order of business. 1 down. As Leah Preston hits into a force play down at second base. Fielder's choice down there. Brooke Phillips batting now, the daughter of former Maroon Devil football coach James Phillips. And really great family. We appreciate them. And they are just good people. No doubt about it. Ground ball foul. Off the bat now of Brooke. On deck is going to be Kylie Donaldson. Brooke hanging in there for the Wildcats. Brooke popped up to the catcher last time, and that catcher, our only senior on the Lady Devil team, Savannah Smith, behind the plate today. Pitch in for a strike. Lady Devils still very much in control, 14-2. Andrews, 1 runner on, 1 out. That runner down at first base. Hannah with a wind up, off speed, and that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be strike 3. Batting now again, going to be Kylie Donaldson. 2 out here on the top of the 4th. Over in the baseball game, the Maroon Devils starting to find their rhythm now with a 5-3 lead in the 4th inning. And again, a lot to play for in the series in baseball between the Maroon Devils and Andrews. Maroon Devils with a sweep over Andrews will get no less. There's a batter hit by a pitch. That ball bouncing up and hitting Kylie in the leg there. So now it's going to be America Sluquire batting, grounded to the pitcher last time. But to further that thought, if the Maroon Devil boys beat Andrews twice this week, again, they can finish no less than a tie for the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship. Murphy and Hayesville play. If Murphy wins 2 against Hayesville, Murphy and Swain tie for the title. If Hayesville beats Murphy 1 out of 2 games and Swain wins 2 against Andrews, Swain wins the title outright as Smoky Mountain Conference baseball. Here's a high pop-up catchable. Maddie under it, out 3. So the Lady Devils come to the bottom of the 4th with a 14-2 lead. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning here in a Lady Devil slugfest. I guess that's one way to describe things here this afternoon. Lady Devils 14 runs on the board already in this 14-2 lead, and we still have a lot of softball left here. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, and leading off for our Lady Devils, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Bree Wesley going to be hitting now. Bree with her first opportunity at the plate here this afternoon. So Bree is going to be hitting. Good to see Bree getting some playing time here for the Lady Devils on senior night. Bree, of course, one of those juniors. There's a well-hit ball that's going to be dropping in right over shortstop. And Bree coming up with a big hit on the season. That is the, matter of fact, I believe that's her first hit of the year. How about that? Bree Wesley, Brianna with her first hit of the season for the Lady Devils. Way to go, Bree. That'll make your night. No doubt about it here on senior night. Batting now for the Lady Devils. Let's see, we're going to have another pinch hitter. Maya Adams going to be hitting now. Pitch in for a strike. So good to see these girls get some playing time. Again, Bree had only had 2 at-bats before that one. Now, Maya has had only 6 at-bats this year for the Lady Devils, so this is only her 7th time at the plate. So good to see these young ladies get some playing time. And on deck is going to be another pinch hitter today, Addison Jenkins. Now, Addison's had a little more activity, swing and a miss. Addison on the year has had not a whole lot of opportunities, though. 7 at-bats on the season for Addison. So we're seeing some young players get some valuable experience at the plate here. Ground ball by first base. Gets through into right field. Runners at first and second. Pinch hitters leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Lady Devils. How about that? How about that? And that is also, again, a big at bat there. Let's see now. Make sure I'm on the right page here. That's going to be Addison down at first. My bad. With 1 out. My bad. Addison Jenkins with that hit. And her second hit on the year. So, again, I want to make sure I get it straight here. And batting now is going to be Savannah Loftus. And on the season, Savannah has only had 1 at-bat. So, again, these young ladies getting a rare opportunity for some in-game experience. But, hey, they practice hard, too. There's a foul ball out of play over on the Andrews dugout. Over in the baseball game, 8-3. Maroon Devils starting to take control now. They're in the 5th inning. So they've got this game moving their way. And as we mentioned, the Maroon Devil baseball team, a lot at stake in this 2-game series today and Thursday with Andrews, depending on what happens between Murphy and Hayesville in their 2-game series, home and away. But if we can win 2 against Andrews in baseball, we get no less than a tie for the conference title. Pitch high for a ball. And pitching now for Andrews, we are going to have a new pitcher in the circle. It's going to be Emily Mueller pitching here in the 4th inning. And moving over to first base is going to be Summer Garrett, who pitched earlier. Pitch missing for a ball. So now the bases are loaded. All these pinch hitters coming up big here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out and the bases are loaded, and all of these are pinch hitters. New hitters in the lineup. Now the Lady Devils will go back, and Savannah Smith is hitting, our only senior being honored tonight. But now the bases loaded. Savannah's had a big night. I know, with at least 3 RBIs. And a chance for more with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning and a 14-2 lead. Savannah at the plate. On deck is going to be, I'm guessing, Tori Johnson. Again, we're seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of changes in the lineup here. That's an off-speed pitch. Going to be in for a, looks like a ball. 1 out. Don't forget now the baseball and softball teams are going to be at Andrews this Thursday. On the road for the regular season finale. Off-speed pitch outside for a ball. A walk here could actually walk in a run, a 2-1 count with one out to senior Savannah Smith. One senior softball player, 5 senior baseball players pitch outside for a ball. Count goes 3-1 now, one out. And a 14-2 Lady Devil lead. 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 6 in the third. Pitch high for a ball. That's going to walk in a run. That's ball 4. And so the Lady Devils now, again, with a bunch of pinch hitters, have put a run on the board here. And now let's see. Toby Burrell going back to the head umpire with a potential change again on the lineup. And we're going to see Alaya Tranner. I hope I said her name right. Alaya, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Alaya Tranner is going to be batting now. Alaya Tranner is going to be hitting for the Lady Devils. And on the season, just looking at the stat sheet here, this is probably going to be the first at bat for Alaya Tranner. Alaya. A sophomore. The only sophomore on this Lady Devil roster is Alaya. The only sophomore. We have 1 senior, 1 sophomore, 7 juniors, 5 freshmen. So again, a lot of good folks coming back. So now on first with that walk is going to be Savannah Smith, having a good night here on senior night. And this is Alaya Tranner hitting for the first time this year. Pitch in for a strike. Bases still loaded, 1 out. And now a 15-2 Lady Devil lead. Trying to keep everything straight here. For me, that can be a challenge. Tranner pitch inside for a ball. Bases loaded. Runners jumping off, but they'll come back. Andrews will be down to their final 3 outs in the top of the 5th inning unless they come up with 4 runs. Pitch outside for a ball. There is a mercy rule in high school baseball and softball. A 10-run lead after 5 gets you a win. Pitch on the dirt. Ball gets by. Everybody stays, though. Nobody advancing. So all these seniors for Swain and Andrews will play their final regular season game this Thursday at Andrews. And that's, I think that's a special night for all these seniors. Swing and a miss for a strike. Count goes full now, 3-2 with 1 out. Bases loaded. Alaya Tranner. Her first at-bat this year for the Lady Devils. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 out now. And let's see who we have coming up this time. Coming up, I believe we go back to the lineup. This is going to be Faith Woodard batting now. Bases loaded, 2 out. 15-2 Swain. Bottom of the 4th. Foul ball off the bat of Faith. And 3 times, I believe she's got on with a base hit every time. Base hit the first time, base hit with an RBI the second time, and a base hit with an RBI her last time. So a high pop-up off the bat of Faith, and that's going to end the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Andrews with their last chance as the Lady Devils have a 15-2 lead. We'll be right back. Fans, here we go. Top of the 5th inning here. It's do or die time for the Andrews Wildcats as they are 3 outs away from this game being over as our Lady Devils have a 13-run lead, 15-2. And with a 10-run mercy rule after 5, that closes things out now as the Wildcats do have some good hitters at the plate. Top of the lineup here with Kaylin Ellis, also Emily Mueller, the coach's daughter, going to be batting. And also one of the other coach's daughters, Kinley Queen, hitting here, foul ball. So the Wildcats have 3 coaches, and all 3 coaches have daughters on their team. So, hey, that happens a lot at the high school, and especially even the smaller kids levels. Parents usually wind up as the coaches in so many cases, and that just shows they're trying to help their kids have a good experience. Swing and a miss for a strike. Hannah Schuler on the verge of a nice win over the Wildcats that would push our record to 3-8 in the conference, 5-12 overall. We beat Hayesville twice, so if we can beat Andrews twice this week, I think we'll move up. There's a hit batter. So Ellis is going to be on, hit by a pitch, and she rubs her left thigh. That one, I tell you, softballs hurt. They call them softballs, but they're not soft. I know you've heard me say that before, but when you get hit by one, especially when it's coming between 50 and 60 miles an hour off the arm of Hannah Schuler, yeah, it's going to hurt. Batting now is going to be Emily Mueller, followed by Kinley Queen. So now Andrews 1 on, no out, top of the 5th. Over in baseball, 8-4, Maroon Devil lead. Maroon Devils, again, a lot to play for in baseball this week. Title on the line. Wind up and the pitch, going to be in for a strike from Hannah. Swing and a miss. That's going to be, looks like a foul tip. Bouncing around as nobody can advance now. And Coach Mueller coming in along with Coach Burrell and Coach Brown, Coach Jones, all the coaches coming in for some reason. Oh, they're checking on the ump. Apparently the foul ball crashed off the ump's face mask or hit him on the shoulder there. So he took one to the chops, so to speak, and I can see from his reaction, I think he's going to be okay. Don't know who the umpire is, but so that foul ball kind of caught him there where there is not much protection. If it kind of caught him right there around the throat area, there's a chest protector and there's a face mask, but there is a little bit of place where there's no protection, but the ump is okay, and coaches check on him, and I think he's good to go. But coaches, umpires rather, do get their share of hit by foul balls, baseball and softball. Even though they have protective gear, it can still hurt. Foul ball down the first base side. Coming back is going to be Kaylin Ellis, leadoff batter who got hit in the thigh with a pitch a moment ago. She's on first. But again, Andrews must come up with 4 runs to stay alive in this game as they're down 15-2. And remember, they will play again on Thursday at Andrews. The other side of Nantahala Gorge. Here's a high foul ball that could be caught and going to be off the fence, I'm afraid. Can't get those off the fence, so foul ball. We used to call this, back in the day, the Nantahala Gorge Championship when Swain and Andrews played. I know when Smoky Mountain and Franklin played, they call it the Battle of Cowee Mountain. So some of those rivalries always have a little color. Of course, now we got some friends over there coaching at Andrews. James Phillips, Matthew Manley, and his dad over there helping him out. Frank Manley over there coaching some. So got some old Maroon Devils over there coaching at Andrews. Of course, James Phillips went to Andrews, as did Frank Manley. They are Andrews graduates. Of course, Matthew played here at Swain County High School. There's a swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. Throw down to second. Not in time, and now everybody's going to be safe. So Andrews now with runners at first and second. And no, they're going to say that was an out. That was not a dropped third strike. The batter took off like it was a dropped third strike. Umpire disagreed. That's going to be out number one. But the runner at first does advance to second. Talking about Kalen Ellis for the Wildcats. Batting now with one down is going to be Kenley Queen, who has grounded to the shortstop and lined out to second base in 2 times. One runner on, one out. There's a high pop-up going to be out of play over here on the baseball side of things. And over on the baseball side of things, Maroon Devils now getting control 9-4. The lead for Swain County over Andrews in the 5th inning in that game. So now the Lady Devils, again, 2 outs away from a conference win. Queen hanging in there. 1 out, runner at second. Hannah on the verge of a complete game if this game is over in 5. On deck is going to be Summer Garrett, the starting pitcher for Andrews today. Pitch outside, missing for a ball. Now, don't forget, baseball and softball playoffs will begin 1 week from today. We're here on Tuesday. Playoffs begin in North Carolina next Tuesday. I understand the brackets may be released on Monday. Not totally sure about that. There's a foul ball again off the bat of Kenley Queen. We're thinking that the brackets might not be released until Monday because there may be some games that have to be played this Saturday. Is again just a possibility because rain looks very possible in many areas of the state this Friday. Now, Swain and Andrews wisely are going to be playing on Thursday. Good move. If the forecast is right. There's a foul ball behind home plate. So now, Hannah back in the circle. Now the umpire checking on something over there while we had just a break in the action. But again, want to say thanks to Josh Gordon running the camera here this afternoon. Joe Holt over with Tommy Dills covering baseball. We appreciate all these guys and all the work they do in so many ways. Hannah with the windup and the throw. That one hit her on the leg. So, wow, Andrews not going down. And now runners at first and second, 1 out. And the cleanup batter, Summer Garrett at the plate. She's walked twice. So we've hit a couple of batters here. And nothing malicious. That one actually bounced in the dirt. Summer Garrett batting. Carly Clark is going to be on deck here for the Wildcats. Pitch in. And it's an 0-1 count now with 1 out. Here comes the windup and the throw. Ground ball, well hit. Going to be through the infield for a base hit. 1 run is in. Throw coming in to the infield. So the Wildcats here on the top of the 5th inning are making noise. Base hit right through the infield. So now it's a 15-3 ball game. 2 runs on and still only 1 out. So Andrews now. Again, now needing 3 runs to stay alive in this ball game. Batting now is going to be Carly Clark. On deck is going to be Leah Preston for the Wildcats. Here comes a foul ball behind home plate, no play. But again, Andrews actually with a home run here could force this into 7 innings. Andrews has had a tough day at the plate. 1 run in the 2nd inning, 1 run in the 4th inning, and now 1 run in the top of the 5th. Their only runs, the Lady Devils have put runs on the board every inning. 5 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Wind up and the throw, pitch low for a ball. So it's going to be interesting next week to see the seedings of baseball and softball playoffs. It always is to see how the teams are seeded. But we fully expect that the Robbinsville girls and Hiawassee Dam girls are going to be in the playoffs. In softball, we fully expect the Maroon Devil boys and the Murphy boys to be in the playoffs as well. Here's Hannah with the windup. And pitch high for a ball. Lady Devils trying to get an out here. 2-1 the count with 1 down, 15-3 lead. Coach Mueller, just a word with the home plate umpire there. Nice day to watch the game. I mean, temperature hit about 80 degrees today. We've had some breeze blowing around, but it's a nice mild evening. You can sit out here in your lawn chair like a lot of folks are watching the action. And that one is in for a strike. 2-2 the count now, 1 out. Of course, the Lady Devils would love to have a double play to wind this one up. As Andrews is not going down quietly. There's a ball through the infield for a base hit. 1 run is rounding. We've bobbled it in the outfield. 1 run is rounding 3rd. Now the runners are at 2nd and 3rd, and it's a 15-4 ball game. So again, only 1 out. And Andrews is having their biggest inning. And now Coach Robbie Brown wants to have a chat with his infield. As if Andrews can score these runners at 2nd and 3rd, this game is going to go extra. And I say more than 5, unless the Lady Devils can come back and have a big bottom of the 5th inning, which is very possible. The Lady Devils have scored every inning today. Over in the baseball game, things are starting to look like our scoreboard in softball. The Maroon Devil boys leading 12-4 in the bottom of the 5th. And the boys are still batting with an 8-run lead. And only 1 out. So Coach Robbie Brown coming out saying, hey, look, girls, we got to settle down. We got to throw strikes, and we got to get some batters out. We can't let these 2 runs score. I'm guessing. But Coach Brown has been in a lot of ball games. He knows the ins and outs and ups and downs and the way things flow in sports. And we do have a lot of new outfielders, by the way, out there right now for the Lady Devils, I believe. Right now over in right field, Tori Johnson. She's still in right. But I believe we might have a couple of other over in center field right now. So we do have Bree Wesley in center field. There's a high pop-up that's going to be caught out in right field. The runners will hold, and a really good play out there in right field by Tori Johnson. Tori not only caught that one in the air on the dead run, but she got the ball back in the infield before the runners could break. So a very good play out there, again, by Tori Johnson in right field. Faith Woodard still over in left field. So right now only 1 change in the outfield. So now 2 outs, 15-4, but again, 2 runners on for Andrews. Pitch in the dirt. At the plate now is going to be Brooke Phillips, I believe. Her dad up there in the outfield watching, Coach James Phillips, head football coach at Andrews, and doing a good job, by the way. Andrews has been very competitive as of late. Former assistant football coach here at Swain High, and good folks and good friends. And Brooke at the plate looking for her first hit on the day. Pitch in, missing for a ball. 2-0 the count now. And if Brooke gets ahead here, that could score the 2 runs to potentially keep Andrews alive. Hannah back on the pitching rubber. The windup. And pitch in for a strike. 2-1 the count now. 2 down, 15-4. Lady Devil lead over in baseball, a 13-4 lead. And the Maroon Devils boys are still batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. I think there was one hit out of the park here just a few minutes ago. So, 2-run homer. Hey, Gabe Lillard knocked one out of the park a moment ago for the Maroon Devils. How about that? And I tell you, that's a long poke out there to 360 in center field. Goes 330 in right center and left center. So, yeah, that's a shot. Hannah taking her time in the circle here. Now getting back on the pitching rubber with 2-1 the count, 3-1 the count now. And there's ball 4. That pitch in the dirt, having some trouble finding the strike zone here in the 5th inning. So now the bases are loaded for Andrews. Brooke Phillips getting on with a walk, and batting now is going to be Kylie Donaldson. Getting a word from Coach Mueller over there. Kylie Donaldson, in her plate appearances, has grounded to the pitcher and was hit by a pitch in 2 times. And we've hit some batters today. Now the bases are loaded here in Andrews' biggest inning of the game. Pitch in for a strike. There we go. Hannah finding the strike zone. 0-1 the count, getting ahead of the batter with 2 out and a 15-4 Lady Devil lead here on senior night. Looks like the baseball game is going to be over as the Maroon Devils have won it 14-4 with the 10-run mercy rule. So congratulations to the Maroon Devil baseball team. In that 5-run inning, there's a foul ball. Quickly ahead of the batter now, 1-2 the count. So the Maroon Devil boys, one more win will sew up at least a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference title. Hannah Schuler in the circle now, again with a 1-2 count, 2 out, 15-4 lead. Bases loaded for Andrews. Lady Devil defense trying to get this 3rd out. There's a pitch, and that's going to be a strike 3, and that's the ball game. So a similar score, 14-4 in baseball, 15-4 in softball, and the Lady Devils win it here on senior night. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Coach Toby Burrell on the postgame show after this timeout. Fans, welcome back on the postgame show. We get a chance to talk some Lady Devil softball with head coach Toby Burrell. And Coach, obviously that big 5-run first inning was a good way to start for these Lady Devils on senior night.
It was a good start for us to get off to. And I thought the top half of the first really set up the bottom half when we were able to get 3 up, 3 down, pretty quickly there they got 1 runner on, but they weren't able to get her around. So, it kind of set up the bottom half, and then we hit the ball real well, and the rest just kind of came easy for us.
Hannah did a good job. I know we, kind of took us a minute to get those last outs here in the 5th inning, but she had a really solid game today, the whole 5 innings, really.
Well, she's been like that for the whole second half, basically. She's been spot on for us, and, she's done a great job and pitched with a lot of confidence and really kept us in ball games, and we've done a good job behind her keeping runs off the board with the exception of a couple of innings that got away from us there and really hurt us in the Cherokee series, But other than that, it's been pretty solid softball since spring break, really.
Yeah. Coach, what can you say about our only senior tonight? Savannah had a really good night. I think knocked in at least 3 runs with the bat. So what can you say about the only senior on this softball team?
Well, it was a typical understated night for Savannah. She did a bunch of little things for us that don't show up in the box score and don't show up on broadcast, but she did a good job behind the plate. She was the one back there encouraging Hannah in the last inning to, come on, let's go, let's get this done, and doing a good job framing up pitches and challenging base runners, which is one of the reasons she's back there. I thought she did a tremendous job at the plate with her at bats. I know that last at bat was a huge amount of growth for her in her 4 years. Those were pitches that she would have swung at other times with the bases loaded and tried to do too much with it, and she had a great at bat. Took a walk, and that's what the team needed. Wasn't necessarily what she needed. So, and that's the kind of player she's been all 4 years, and that's why we love her. And she's made a great impression on our program the time she's been here. And all the younger kids, they really look up to her, and she's done a great job. So you just can't say enough about her.
Yeah, Coach, I know only one more regular season game coming up at Andrews later on in the week, but this team with only one senior, 7 juniors coming back, I think 1 sophomore, 4 or 5 freshmen coming back. So you can see the growth in this team later in the year. So as we said on the broadcast, I think there's a really bright future ahead for these young ladies.
Well, I think we've played great. You know, to be honest with you, the first half of the year, I'd like a do-over on some of those, to be honest with you, because this team that's playing now with the confidence they're playing with and the way they're playing, it would have been a lot of fun to go into some of those games that they weren't quite ready for, but we got there, and that's a testament to them, and that's a testament to our coaching staff, and the fact that they just kept working. They're not willing to phone this thing in. We want to do the best we can, and I hope that shows on the field. Everybody's watching at home because the kids are really playing hard, and they're playing well right now. They're playing some good softball, and I'm really proud of what they've done. I've said it before, it's a tremendous team. They get along well. They're so excited for each other in there when they do stuff, and it's just amazing, really, to watch them play. And it's a lot of fun, to watch them play too. But I'm proud of the amount of work they've put in. They've really worked hard and turned themselves into a good ball club.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, that's going to wind it up here today. Again, the Lady Devils winning in 5 over the Andrews Wildcats. Don't forget, last game of the regular season coming up this Thursday through Nantahala Gorge and Andrews. Thanks for joining us right here on the Maroon Devils Network.